those that probably do not have an idea, perhaps you're just joining us today, and you're probably not part of the community before now. So academia was created specifically to help those that are looking to start their careers, or those that are already in a career, they're looking to transition and find a new path because of the changing landscape, or those that have interest in a particular field, and they were unable to start. They were unable to start in that field earlier in the career, and they're looking to transition into that field that they actually love. Academia was created or founded for these people. Also, for those that are already have experiences, they have experiences in the field before now, and they're looking to upskill, looking to network, looking to, build some capacity, and also find, people like-minded people that share the same passion and enthusiasm for their careers. Academia was created for this set of people as well. Then Academia was created also, founded for founders that are also looking to probably get some new skills, or even meet experienced and or talented young career professionals. So we've done programs in time past for founders, for professionals that have experiences, and now we're doing this programs or this masterclass for people that are looking to start their career. So welcome to the session. Welcome to academia. Your journey with academia started. I'm pretty sure that you're going to find it very, very amazing and impactful. It's going to be great. Um, yeah, so academia was also founded or created to ensure that we're able to help people that are building their skills. We're able to help them connect with people that organizations or founders that are looking for young and talented people to work with as well. So this are the reasons why academia was founded. And academia, I'm sure we probably must have heard of this, and maybe it might sound a little bit of cliche right now, but then we're looking to contribute our own quota to ensuring that the skills gap that we're facing in Nigeria is greatly reduced. So I will just go straight into introducing our mentor. For those that are active on the community, if you join directly from the community and you're already on the community, I'm pretty sure that our mentor today is not new. Is not new to you. You've seen his profile. We've talked about him. We've had you've done a lot of chats, and you've seen flyers and etc. about him and about his profile. But then for those that are just joining, perhaps you've not been in the community for so long, I'll just do a quick introduction before I welcome him to continue the session. So Mr. Lawale is an experienced product manager. He has over 9 years of product management experience. He has built products, he has led teams, he has led product owners, product leaders, product managers. He currently works as the senior product manager at Kuda Bank. I'm sure all of us will know Kuda Bank. Previously, before that, he led product management, or he was the lead product manager at Polaris Bank. And he also spearheaded product development initiatives at Truck. Some of us should know Truck, and then also Power Plug. And the most interesting part of this is that he actually he is a founder, or he founded his own company, his own organization. He founded Flair in Ondo State. Interestingly, I actually got to know about him from the days of Flair. I'm not sure if you will remember, but then there was an hackathon that was done in Akure at the Akure Tech Hub. That was when I got to know about him, and since that time, it's been great. Following him, learning more about how he has been creating more impact, and how he's been right from that time, even before that, and up till now. It's been a great journey, an amazing journey. He's a recognized mentor on ADP list, and he has been able to mentor a lot of people across different countries, more than 8 countries, and he's been able to mentor over 50 product managers across 8 countries. So it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Olawale Omotoso, as he is going to be taking us through an interesting session today. He's going to be talking to us or introducing us into product management. So a lot of us that are here that are looking to understand what I'm sure a lot of you are trying to understand what product management is. What is product management? How can I start in product management? Or what is this thing everybody calls, or this very popular field, product management? He's going to be doing an introduction to that today. He's also going to be talking about the most essential tools or essential tools that you as a product manager or you're starting out your career, it can be pretty daunting. It can be a lot of details, but then he's going to be identifying, helping you identify the most important tools that you as a product manager should have or should be able to use as you're starting your career. So after that, we're going to have a panel session, just a quick Q&A where we're going to just talk a little bit about his own experiences, his personal experiences as a product manager, what it has, I mean, been like, how it felt for him to have started right from him founding his own company and then going into product management, working with other organizations to build amazing product. Then you'll be able to also ask him questions during the Q&A session and the panel session, perhaps regarding how to start, or perhaps regarding the the topic of his discussion today, or it could be you're just curious to understand how he was able to build a successful career and how he was able to gain traction up to the point where he is right now. So without wasting more time or without saying too much, please make welcome Mr. Olawale Omotosho. So you can react in the comment section. You can drop an emoji, clap your hands, or you can unmute your mic rather. Sorry, not your hand. You can unmute your mic and just do a quick clap. Welcome, Mr. Olawale. You can please go ahead.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Good
Um,
evening.
so good to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. Um, I'm supposed to show my face here, but I'm just going to show my face for a little while because internet has been
All right.
terrible. So I'm
Yes.
just going to show my face and then take it off so that it doesn't glitch with the class here.
All right.
Internet has been pretty. I'm sure I'm not the only person in that bucket of having
You're
a
not the only
terrible
person.
internet. Okay, great,
You're not
great.
the only person. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my face. So that when you see me online, I don't look like a stranger.
Yeah.
Nice to have you. Nice to be here. So,
Nice to meet you.
um, I don't even know where to start. Where to start? I must talk about product management. Yeah. So, product management is like the thing for me. I mean, I enjoy. This is just going. This is going to be. Um, this class is going to be. How do I put it? Might be a little bit different from when you are in sections. I mean, I just use typical. I try as much as possible to use realistic examples and just take us through product management, like as simplified as ABC. Yeah. So please feel free to raise up your hand and ask any question, even within the presentation, or just drop in the comment section, or want me to explain anything. So this slide is for just the introduction to product management. I believe this section is for entry level, and so this talks about what's the product, what's product management, how to get in, the things you could do, what a product manager does, basically what to expect, and all of that. And then later in the section, talk about myself. So let's just get started. So you could please drop an emoji to notify that you can hear me clearly and we are ready to go. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so demystifying product management, a journey into the art of tech innovation. So product management for me is the in my own words would be that we're trying to build a product that fits. And when a product fits, when you say a product fits, it means that something that solves a problem and also makes money. So when Israel was talking about me, he mentioned that I'd built a business before transitioning into product management. So I guess that background also helped me transition well. And as you go through the class, you would see that. So I mean, it's talked about me, and that's just me. Just to show you my face once again, if you try to forget. Yeah. So what is a product? A product for me is anything that solves a problem or fulfills a need. Yeah. So a product, and like it's written on this slide, a product can be anything that solves a problem because I believe that I believe that continuity of life or business or anything in life is based about exchange of value. And the value a product or a business would provide would be the solution they provide to a solution. And at the core of that, when it comes to technology companies, would be products. And so a product generally would then be either a software application in terms of a tech company or a physical device. For a software application would be your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Google Chrome browser. They are all products, right? Because they solve the problem for you. And then a product can be a physical device. A physical device as in terms of your wristwatch, your Apple wristwatch, or your Samsung wristwatch, or your headphone, your laptop, your iPhone, your Android phone. They are all products because they solve a problem for you. And then it can be a service or an experience. And what do I mean by this is I don't see that happening so much in Nigeria. I know some companies are already doing that, but mostly in foreign companies, you see companies that have product managers for experience, for customer experience. And these guys are dealing with when you walk into a physical space, you have product managers that manage what happens when a customer walks in, the experience of a customer when they walks in, where they see it, who talks to them, who solves their problem, the the direction labels that tell them this is customer service, this is a way to see the manager's office, this is the restroom. That's the experience a customer face when they enter an office space or a center, a solution center for a particular business or a company. Yeah, and I've seen those in companies like Walmart, Target. They are product managers for experience. So when you come in, you know what to do, and then they solve problem for customers to be able to get stuff done in their location and then out. So all of that can be a product. So if all of that is a product, what then is the life of the product, right? Think of a product like a living entity, like an human being, like a cat or a dog, right? But in terms of a human being, you then have the stage at which you introduce the person to life, you give birth to the person start growing. At this stage, the person can't do so much. Um, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Okay, yes, you can. At this stage, a baby can't do much. It's just introduced to the world, right? And your product also can do so much at the early stage. It's either it cannot do so much or it cannot serve a big audience because not so much people even knows about it, right? And a very good example is Kuda, right? When Kuda was introduced, not so much people heard about it. I'm sure in the first year of Kuda probably has like 10,000 users and Nigeria is 200 million people. Yeah, or probably then Nigeria was about 120 or 130 million people. And as the year goes by and the product become better, the product becomes more popular and a lot of people accept it more, and then it grows, right? Introduction to growth. And you can see that the growth stage is when it grows, the graph goes up the highest, because this is at the stage where it is becoming a more solidified product. It is being tested to an extent, or tested and trusted, and a lot more people are coming into the product or using the product, or a lot more people are using the product to solve their problem or satisfying their needs. And from there, it goes to maturity. Maturity is the state of stability. It's either you have exhausted in, it's either the product can no longer, there are no longer as amazing thing you want to add to the product that serves that basic need. It's either you have solved that particular problem you're solving, you're done solving it, or the market, the kind of people that have that particular problem, because I'm sure you've always heard that your not everybody will buy your products, right? Or you buy your market or whatever you're selling. So, and whatever the problem you're solving as a particular target audience, you probably have exhausted that target audience, because a whole lot of people in the market, probably when you were doing your research and looking to start your business or building a product, you identified that target audience is 100,000. And now your product has 95,000 people using it. Please go ahead. Shidozie, you raised your hand. Your hand is back down. Was that a mistake? Okay, let me just continue then. So when you were doing your research, you realized you have 100,000 people who need your product, and then now you have 95,000 people using your product. It means that your product has a maturity. And then at that point, you have two options. You either decline because someone else is already competing with you and doing and solving that problem better, or somebody else has bundled your solution into an additional product for themselves. For example, you would see some product features that stand alone. I want to look for a good example. A good example would be all of these guys that provide dollar card. For example, Payday, that provide dollar card. If Payday has a solution that they built, let's say Payday, when Payday built a solution, and it gets to the max of number of users, probably they have 5 million users and nobody else needs the product. If Access Bank had a feature that allows people to create dollar card, this is an assumption that we are in a market where only the two products exist, and that's the only solution that needs to be solved. If Access Bank creates a product that has a what do you call it, a feature inside the app that helps people own dollar card, you're going to see a decline in Payday. You know why? Because the people that use the bank, that have a bank, you need to have a bank account for you to even be looking for dollar card in the first place. So if somebody has bundled your solution into another solution, or you have exhausted your market, your product keeps declining. You have one other option at that point, is to extend the product by adding additional features. So when I provide dollar card, at some point, I feel like, oh, the people that need dollar card are no longer so much, or the service is no longer needed. Can I add bills payment? Can I add a bank account? Can I add this? Can I add that? You will realize that at this stage, it picks a sharp up wave again that looks like the introduction. So it means that from that point onward, another product life cycle will start, which would also end like this in the future. Either it comes down as decline, or you add another product that looks like the introduction and then starts another product life. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody. Are we following? Great. So that's the way a product, that's the life of a product. A product is a continuous entity that continuously solve a problem for a particular market or serves a need. Yeah. So if that is a product, then what is product management? Product management in English language. I like to read something in English language and then explain in my own terms. Product management is the art and science of guiding a product from inception to market, ensuring it meets both users and business goals. And I'm going to connect this. Let's go back to this slide. A product solves a problem, right? Product management is now the art and science of taking a product from this stage of introduction, introduce it to the market, grow it, ensure it reaches maturity, and ensure it doesn't die, and then keep growing. Sometimes a product dies, right? And it's still the work of the product manager to ensure that it dies good. And I'm going to explain that in the course of this course. So, in the most simplest term, product management is taking a product from here, zero, ground zero, introduce it to the market, grow it, ensure it matures, add additional features to elongate the life of the product by serving more needs, or ensure it dies a peaceful death. So, product management then is if you are then solving a problem, it means you are providing value. So, in my time, product management is the heart of continuously providing value to ensure that your product solves a problem or serve a need, right? And don't forget that when a product is solving a problem, it also needs to meet a business goal because that's a product cannot on its own exist without a business. The business can be a profitable business or not. It could be your product could either be making money for the organization or serving other needs for the organization. Other needs for the organization might not be directly money, might be just traffic generator because you have product that only just generate traffic for the organization, and the organization then use that traffic to generate products and profit in another way by probably putting adverts to those set of users that are coming in or something, right? So that's product management. Um, just give me a sec. Nigeria is happening to me. Power. The skin. So connecting my second screen. Okay, so who is the product manager? The product manager is that guy who defines these three things. Is the guy who defines these three things that you can see. Is the guy who determines what to build to solve a problem, why we are building what we want to build, and how we are going to build it. That's a product manager in the simplest possible term. A product manager is somebody who gets a product from inception to growth to maturity and the likes. That's the English language. But in the best possible way to understand product manager is the guy who decides what to build, why we want to build what we are building, and how we are going to build it. And that makes the product manager sit in this cycle between business, UX, and tech. And I'm going to explain using these three things. The product manager is going to get a business goal and say, oh, the business wants to make the business wants to make money. In order to make money, we want to provide this. This set of people have this particular problem. How do we solve it? Right? The product manager now decides using research, surveys, and all of that to determine what do we build to solve that particular business problem. For example, the business discovered that in my estate, people just go in and out. We don't know who is coming, who is going out, and things are getting lost. How do we solve it? Right? If that problem is then handed over to a product manager to find a way to solve it. Using research and survey, the product manager then decide what to build and also why we are building it. Right? To decide why we are building it, the product manager use all of the information from the research to determine why to build it. And then takes that why to the stakeholders, the owners of the business, the guy is going to sign the check, who's going to employ the designer and the developers, and say, this is what we're supposed to build. This is why we are building it. Then they will ask how. He then goes back and meets these design guys and say, this is the solution we want to provide. how are we going to present it? What is it supposed to even look like? The US guys then design an experience for the solution we are building, a prototype, what the product should look like. And then the tech guys then build the solution and give it back to this guy who then takes it to the market. Does that make sense to us? So product manager is someone who is in between all of these three and defines what is to be built, why are we building it, and how are we building it. So essential skills of a product manager. A product manager is somebody who wears many hats, many hats. But in my own definition, I think that these are the four most important, and then every other skill comes into play. And I'm going to explain why I term these four skills as the most important skills. Number one, a product manager is a leader. He is a lead. A product manager is a leader. And I say that because a product manager is the guy who brings all of these three to work together to ensure that the right product is being built. The product manager is not necessarily their boss, but has to make all of them work together and channel the conversation and lead the conversation and say, oh, this is the solution. Brings everybody to work together and build to that solution. But they don't report to the product manager. But he needs to find a way, one way or another, to make them work together without them reporting to him as a boss. So that makes a product manager a leader, right? And he has to find a way to make that leadership worth it. The second is strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is important because the product manager is somebody who is always thinking about what solution do we provide to this problem, right? The product manager is somebody who is thinking instinctively, really, to say if this is a problem, what solution best fits this problem? And it's not just by sitting and saying, oh, these guys have this problem, I will just recommend a solution. No. A product manager is somebody who can go out there, do research, put yourself in the seat of the customer, and that's where customer empathy comes into play. To be empathetic means that you are in the seat of the customer, right? And you're trying to imagine you being in their shoes and having the problem they are having so that you can think about how to solve it, right? Look at the opportunities, the weakness, the strengths in the market, in the problem and the solution, and then find the best fit solution for that problem. A product in itself is not a product except it solves a problem. Please let's not forget that. And then communication. Communication is important because there are so many stakeholders that you are working with as a product manager. You're working with the users who have the problem that you want to solve. You're doing research, you're presenting a product to them at different stages, you're interacting with them. A product manager, like I said, is a leader without authority. So he needs to be able to communicate what he wants to achieve to everyone, the team members, the designers, the business, and then the engineers in the tech, and also to the stakeholders, the bosses, the CEO, the CTO, and all of the stakeholders involved. So the product manager must be able to communicate well, either by writing, by speaking, or by presentation. The product manager should be a good communicator. There are other skills that are important, like I listed here. Data analysis, a product manager should be able to see what is working, what is not working through data, and then recommend solutions. There's a lot of things a product manager is doing at the same time. You're doing research for the next product. You are writing documentation. You're following up with engineers. You're ensuring that blockers have been solved. That means there's a lot to do. And the product manager should be able to manage time. The product manager should also be able to prioritize. Prioritize means that this is what we should do before this. This is what we should build before this. This comes before this. And there are a lot of tools that is needed to prioritize. A lot of framework that is available for prioritization. A product manager should be also able to prioritize. A product manager should also be able to tell story because story is convincing, right? A product manager should be able to tell a story of how the product that is not existing yet, but will exist in the future, is able to solve a problem. A product manager should also be good at pricing, negotiation, market research, which is very important, presentation skill, and so many others. So who can transition to product management? Basically, Anybody, anybody can transition into program management. The most important thing is that one should understand how a software works. One should understand how a software works. If you understand how a software works, you can transition to product management. And understanding how a software works is a continuous product, is a continuous process. You don't know everything at once, right? And so you just need to understand that an app can be a product, a feature in an app can be a product, and who will build it, how is it designed, how is it being built, what determines what is built, how do you find the best answer of what is built, best answer to the question of what should we build, right? As a product manager. And so anybody can transition into product management. Anybody whatsoever can transition into product management. So how then do we transition into product management? And this, I mean, you can transition into product management by any different ways possible. But this is my recommended way for you to transition into product management. Gain relevant education or certification. I mean, they are part of this. What you're doing right now is gaining knowledge. Do a course, get certifications, do all that is necessary to ensure that you understand what is product management. I mean, a 1 hour class would really not explain all of product management. Yeah, you need to understand research, you need to understand design thinking, product documentation, user stories, and all of that. All of that is a whole lot to get in. So take a course, right? And then build a portfolio. When I say build a portfolio, a product manager is not like design where you do different designs and then you keep it somewhere and present it to somebody. It's also not like engineering where you host all of your codes on GitHub, right? It's a it's a place where you show the workings of your research. You pick a problem, solve it, you pick a problem, you solve it, and then you show how you could take that product from the discovery of a problem to the solution you have decided and how you are going to build it if you are asked to build it, right? And I mean, this is just basically general, just to get your role. You could build a business that will show that you know how to build a product. You could get an internship and then you could transition from any of your roles that you already have here to product management, especially in the same company. And trust me, that's like the easiest way to transition into product management. And yeah, in my own case, I was first a software engineer, then to entrepreneurship, building my own business, and then I transitioned into product management. And trust me, there are a lot of things to be done. Product management is really, really exciting. I mean, what would my typical day look like? No typical day is the same, but I still do the standard things, right? Which are I'm monitoring the existing product that I already shipped. I mean, when I say shipped, I mean products that users are already using. I'm also looking at my data. How many people are using this feature? How many people are not using it? Why are they not using it? Is there a problem, right? If I usually have 50 people use a feature per day, and then I come back on Monday morning, I see 10 people using it. Why? What broke? What is not working? Let's fix it. While we are fixing it, we're looking for the next thing to build that ensures that our product does not reach the decline phase, right? Our product does not reach the decline phase, and then it moves like that to the next phase. And we add new features and transition and ensure that the product lifecycle of the product continue to grow. Is there a question at this point? Any question at this point? Okay, Benson, please go ahead. Benson, ask your question. Okay, I don't think Benson can hear me. Emmanuel, can you ask your question?
Yes, thank you so much. I really really appreciate all you have been able to talk about. I really appreciate. So for me, I want to give a little bit of background before I ask my question. So I worked in the
Please go ahead.
advertising and marketing space for say 4 or 5 years. After my NYC, got into advertising space. And my background is geology.
Mhm,
Then got into so geology to an extent has a bit of project management, depending on the
mhm,
oil and gas side, or if you're going into mining or any project, whether it's geology
mhm,
engineering or all that. But I went into advertising and marketing because that was where I could get PPA. So
mhm,
anyways, in an ad agency there are like they're kind of similar because you're working with different disciplines. It could be a bank and you're trying to manage their social media, or you need to come up with a campaign. So technically you can relate it a little bit to softwares and apps and all that. However, I tried to transition into product management last year, and it was difficult because I was thinking, oh, it'd be easy to just get into any company and all that, but I had been struggling with that. So my question is pointing towards case studies, getting case studies, and how to properly document a portfolio to show that you have done this to land. Um, because I've been trying to transition, and in fact, I'm tired of the advertising space. I want to go into product. I've gone for events, but to land the job now is the issue. So I want you to share insights on writing or how to present your portfolio, because I even joined a team. They built something for Google. It's a website for Google, and actually I can put that as one of my case studies, but I'm still having issues with documenting that well. I'm still trying to see how I can land myself um a job, at least to start. So I would like you to walk me through, please. Thank you.
Okay, great. So, nice question. I would say that landing a product management job, first, let me deal with the portfolio thing. Yeah, building a portfolio, a product management portfolio is not, like I said when I was talking, is that it is, I'm looking for the simplest way to, it's different from you building or you adding code to GitHub or
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
you doing different bunch of designs and just sending it to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. So a capstone project basically is to show how you think, how you make research, and how you think, right? And I'm trying to just Google randomly product, um, what your portfolio should look like. Usually, your portfolio should just showcase how you discover that problem, or the problem you discover, what you're doing to solve it, show your user persona, show your how you did your research, how you are going to prioritize the different feature for the solution. For example, if I say I want to build a digital banking app, it's going to have different features. Onboarding, that's sign up and sign in, forget your password, create PIN, create password, all of them are under onboarding. Then account creation, right? We're going to have transfer feature. You're going to have bills feature. Under bills, you're going to have airtime, data, betting,
Hello?
electricity, all of that. Is somebody talking? Can I continue?
Yes, I think you can continue. That must have been a mistake.
Oh, okay. You're going to also prioritize and build a roadmap and all of that, right? So your capstone project is meant to then show how you did all of what I just said. All you have to do to build a portfolio is to get a good table of content or structure of a capstone project, and then pick several solutions and build a capstone project presentation from it, right? If I just mentioned all of it, problem, solution, your you show your user research, user persona, feature list, prioritization framework that you use, your roadmap, the metrics you will measure to show that the product is working, the roadmap of how you are going to build it. After prioritization, you can then do a roadmap, right? That shows that, oh, this is what we're going to build first, this is what we're going to build next, this is what we're going to build later. And then that's all. If you pick 3 or 4 solutions, what that shows your interviewer is this is how you think. There's no right or wrong capstone project presentation. This is how I think. This is what I think we should build. This is what, if I come across a problem like this is what I think we would build, right? This is how well I can do research. And this is what we're going to build. And this is how we're going to get there. Does that make sense?
Yes, very, very helpful. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. So, additional advice would be that if you're looking to transition into product management, I think you should build network. And building network is not just sending random connect on LinkedIn and then just bombarding users with LinkedIn message and say, oh, please, I'm looking for a job. And I don't think it comes like that. Yeah, there's spaces for that. I see that a lot these days, but usually it's about just picking few people, right? Follow them, study whatever they're posting. If they post good content, if I know that a lot of people post very amazing content on LinkedIn, for lack of a better word. So let's study and see if they post good content and then engage, like, comment your views, DM them and say, oh, I saw your latest post. This is my view about it, and all of that. Or comment if you can when you attend events, not just randomly know a lot of people. It's about the quality of people you meet. Yeah. If it's just one of the speakers or 2 of the speakers, you don't need to meet all of them. Just ones that you feel like you align with. Because not everybody that speaks that you align with, right? People that you feel like you have a good, you can sense that if you move closer to them, you're going to learn a lot and then you can offer help for, right? Connect to them genuinely. And then that's how you build relationship. That's how you build relationship. Let them know that you also can provide value. This is where you are today. This is where you're looking to go to. And then you can continuously provide value. Because trust me, for it is very hard to build relationship. I mean I can say that firsthand. Because even me, it is a struggle for me to keep up relationship. So I don't do too much. I go to conference and I just meet only one person. One person. Product dive conference 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I only met one person in the whole of the conference, and we had about 2,000 people attending the conference. I only just met genuinely one person, and the person was Nifemi Oluboyede. Since that day, we've been close. It's like my big egbon. And I'm sure a lot of people, if you've been in program management space in Nigeria very well, you know Nifemi. He's called the fintech group, worked in almost all the fintech in Nigeria and built their products from scratch. So, I mean, good experience, high value individual, and all of that. Just one person. And then I go to his office, buy gifts, to sit with him, and all of that. And the amount of people he has introduced me to, I can't count. Even guys that and probably have not worked for them or work for them in the future, and all of that. Yeah. So it's just about genuine connection and building relationship. It doesn't have to be a lot of people really. So that would be my additional advice. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate.
you're welcome. Next person would be Benson. Your hand is still up.
All right, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you so much for the class. So I have a question on now you okay, basically you said that first of all, that anyone can transition to product management. Okay, so my first question is, I've attended, let's say, I've attended one or two classes on product management, and basically, I think what they talk more about is building an app. Okay, what about product management with other fields such as entertainment, the food industry? Basically, what I even see on LinkedIn, basically, most times is them just talking about an app, building an app, what people think about an app. I know product management is about tech too, but what about other industries and product management? I've not
Okay.
really gained insight on that.
Okay. You
Yes.
cannot be a so product management as a terminology or as a career, it's building a tech product. Product management do not exist in other industries. If they exist, they are probably called any other name. I don't know. But the word product management, it's about building products in tech. And the largest number of tech products is software apps, right? And that's why you see everybody talking about apps. But trust me, there are other product managers that work on hardwares like phones, wristwatch, the Apple, what do they call that thing? The VR glasses now, Meta Quest, and all of that. Yeah. So yeah. So product management as a terminology is in tech. Just like when you say an engineer, right? A software engineer is only in tech. You don't have software engineers in entertainment. You can have software engineers in the entertainment world building entertainment solutions, right? Just like you can have product managers building YouTube music app and Spotify, Apple Music, but they are still in tech because they are tech career. Does that explain something?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other question? Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Good
Emmanuel.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
Just to be sure, I've also seen, just like just asked, that most of the times when we talk about product management, it's all about app, software, website that solve a particular problem. Now, I was just curious. I was just asking a friend of mine today that when we talk about product management, because it's a career I want to venture into, and I'm loving what I'm reading on net. So, but I'm asking a question. A commodity like soap solves a problem,
Mhm.
and I know that companies that work on them see it as a product. Can
Mhm.
it still be seen as a product that can be managed by a product manager? That's just
Mhm.
my question. Because if we put everything to be about software, other industries, can there
Mhm.
be a product manager here? Just asking respectively, because there's a product marketing. There's a product design, and those commodities are designed, they are marketed. Can there be a product manager in those industries? Just asking respectfully.
Okay. Like I said, there are product managers in those industries, but they are not called product managers.
Okay.
They are guys that manage the life cycle of those products. And those products they are not continuous. They are not continuous. They are not the life they are not treated like a living entity like tech products. There is a continuous thing, right? Tech is just uniquely unique, and that's like the best way I can put it, for lack of a better word, right? I'm sure that there are guys that manage what you put together to make a soap. Do you understand? But I don't know what they call them. I I, I don't know. But the word product managers, when you go online and say you want to be a product manager, it's only specific to the tech industry, right?
Okay, so I understand, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, somebody already commented and said they are called production manager. Exactly, that's what they are called. That is exactly what they are called. They are called production manager. That's exactly what they are called, production manager. And those guys learn. They are the guys that learn Sigma 6, or what do they call that thing? They learn Sigma 6, blah blah blah, and all of that. So that's what they're called. But product managers are just for tech. Dicey. Oh, Dicey. Sorry. Did I pronounce your name well?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Please, can you pronounce your
Okay,
name so that I'm sure I
Daisy,
get it?
it's
Daisy.
Daisy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, I've actually come across some digital products, and I just want to know if there's like an interrelation between digital products and project management. Because I've seen some videos where people say they want to teach you how to create your own digital product and launch it. I really don't understand what that means, and I want to know if it relates to this project management in any way.
Okay. This, so this is not project management. This is product management, and product management is very different from project management. Even IT project management is different from product management. Product management is about building solutions. Project management work in the confines of resource, time, cost, and product managers do not work in those constraints. They work on a product that is a living being that is continuous, never had an end time. A project has a start date and end date. A project has a start date, end date. It has a particular cost you want to spend. It has a particular number of resource and all of those things like already set before the start. But a product does not, and a product manager does not work in the confines of those constraints. So they are way different. Product management and project managers are different from each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's see if there's any other question. Does anyone else have any other question before we move ahead? Thank you so much, Mr. Lawale, for today's session. It's been very amazing, and I'm sure that with all of the questions that we got, it's shown that there are so many of us that are curious to understand more about product management. So, but then let's see if there is any other person with any question before we continue. Okay, I am not seeing any hands. So okay, let's see. Or if you prefer to type in the chat, you can also drop your message. Perhaps you're in a noisy environment. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing anything. So thank you once again, Mr. Lawale, for today's session. I think you have done a great justice to everything. Though the agenda was supposed to just go into panel session or Q&A, but then you've done that already. So I think I'll just do the um, career experience panel session part, just for people who are, I know you already spoke a little bit about how you started and what the career story is, but then just to add, add some more questions or ask some more questions so that people that are probably wondering how they can transition from whatever field they might be in right now, or those that are looking to start, they can get some more insight. So, my first question would be, I know you mentioned that you started from engineering, you went into entrepreneurship, then you went into product. When did you know? Because I know Flair was doing great. He was doing great. But then, when did you know that it was the right time for you to, move from entrepreneur, or move from what you were doing at that point into product management fully? When did you know that was the right decision? How did you know it was the best decision at that point? And what was it like, to actually go from, being an employer, employing people, and then moving to have to work with other people, or maybe work under somebody? How was that experience like for you?
Okay, so I was a software engineer all my days in Futa. Even while I was doing biochemistry, I did biochemistry in Futa. While I was doing biochemistry, I was building in C Sharp, building Windows softwares. I was building ERP solutions and
Wow.
ERP solutions and a couple of mobile apps and all of that. And so after NYC, I decided to build a fashion business and a clothing business. Yeah, not really fashion, clothing. Yeah, and so um, personally, at the point I decided to get back into tech was during COVID. So during COVID, I was just at home for 3 months doing nothing. My factory was closed and all of that. And I am somebody who loves to be active, like doing stuff. And I already have an experience putting people together to build a product, creating solutions to problem, and all my friends then that were still in tech. Remember, I was a software engineer, so I had a lot of friends in tech, and I never really left it per se. I was just the business was just the main thing going on. So all of my friends were at home working and enjoying their life. Me, I was just not like lack of money really. It was just that lack of nothing doing because my staffs were not coming to work and the factory was not open because of COVID. So I decided to just get back into tech. So what can I do? And trust me, that was the first time I was going to hear about product management in COVID. What was I going to do with all of the experience that I have? What career paths can I channel what I've learned into? And so first, it was product design that I wanted to do, and then I came across product management. I'm like, oh, interesting. This fits me more. I know how to lead a team. I know how to develop solutions, and I already know how software works because I was a software engineer. So I just transitioned. That like made the best decision, and that was it for me.
Hmm. Thank you so much. So, starting, I guess, COVID was should I say, an epiphany, kind of. But
Mhm.
then, when you apparently you already mentioned that this was the first time you are you heard about product management, and it was the first time venturing into it. So I was the first interview like this. A lot of, in fact, everybody here, the beginners trying to start their career. So I was the first interview for you. How was it like?
Okay, so um, I'm trying to picture my first interview. Okay, so the first product I ever built was was me volunteering to build the product, really. So not me looking. I was looking for a job, but then the first product I was going to build was me going to someone and say, "Oh, I I can put together a team to achieve a purpose, right?"
Mm,
And I just learned program management. I feel like with my experience of being able to achieve a goal and putting people together to achieve a goal, working towards a goal, and me understanding how software works, and I've learned program management, please let me work on the product you want to build. And if for those guys in Akure remember expert, right? I built experts, and everybody knew that he failed. Yeah, so he failed.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, we launched with a lot of money, and then it failed. And if I tell you what failed, it will be shocking. Not like the market did not accept it, not even all of that. That's why product management is very tricky. And I'm going to share this for experience sake. Um, the first day we launched the product, we did a wrong Google Distance API integration to help us pick. You know, when you go on boat, you pick your initial location, you pick your end location.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's something called digital distance matrix API that it is being used at that point. And so we did a wrong integration that was calling Google endpoint about 100 times more than the times we need it. And so each day we were spending close to $1,000 on Google Matrix API. We shut it down next. I mean, in 5 days we had spent $5,000
Wow.
straight up. We shut it down. We fixed the Matrix API, but we could not go live anymore. So that's the experience here. And so not on the program manager, but it's also on the program manager because you're responsible for the team. But yeah, it's also based on the experience of the engineers. And so that failed, and then we went on to build PowerPlug. I don't know if anybody knows about PowerPlug now. I built like the first and second version of PowerPlug that came out. I took it from 0 users, did all the ideation and everything, and then built it to 10,000 transactions in a month. And that was my first successful product. And that then gave me pedestal to say, oh, I can work somewhere else. Like I can be now I can build products. I did all that for free. Yeah, I was being given stipends for my data. I think it was 30K back then. So but yeah, we did it just to try my hands on product. And I always tell people that product management, your skill of product management is best explained through results. It's not through I did a course, basically. It's about, oh, look for the best way to build a product. It could be your friends that you know that are engineers. Just write product documentation, user stories, and give it to them. Oh, guy, let's build this product. Let's build this solution. Oh, people who are applying for a job, let's build a work job website or an app that does so. And build it. Let's launch it. It's just 1,000 users you need. Just 500 users you need. It might not be the next thing you're going to use to make money. You don't have to be a startup founder. Just build a product to experience how to build a product. Yeah. So from there, I was able to then intern. So my first major interview was, I don't think I'm the best person to answer all of these questions because for me, my trajectory was very funny. It's based on not really funny. It's based on my experience and based on the fact that I've always been somebody who built network, right? And so my first interview, really, somebody was like, "Oh, that guy built Flare on that way into a successful business, and he's building PowerPlug now. Please, we need him. Go and bring him." So somebody said that in a meeting at a fintech company that just wanted to start and get a CBN license. And then I was invited. Just a couple of questions. So it was not like an interview, it was just like a conversation. Oh, we heard that you built this business successfully, and then you're already building a product. So how did you do it? And then I explained, I'm like, you're hired. And then I got them a CBN license. We were not able to build, I wasn't able to complete the product when, I was just in my house when Truck also, CEO of Truck just messaged me and said, oh, I saw that you have now transitioned to product management and you have built Flare on that way as a successful company. Would you want to come build Truck with me? And we had a conversation, really. So I was not the guy who was sending portfolio up and down, really.
Wow.
So I guess my LinkedIn was my portfolio. So, and then when I moved to Polaris Bank too, somebody left and then say, oh, I know the guy. When I did product dive, and so my classmate knew I was that asking questions, providing solutions, and all of that. And one of my classmates just told the head of digital banking products at Polaris Bank and say, "Oh, I'm leaving, but I know the best guy who can build this stuff. In fact, it's better than me, but he's working in a company you can steal him from." And they stole me, basically. Kuda too, somebody just head of HR at Kuda just DM me on LinkedIn and say, "Oh, I saw your profile, interesting. We're looking for somebody who can build our onboarding product and make it better. I heard you were able to revamp onboarding for Polaris Bank. Could you do the same for us?" Yeah, I'm interested. I had the conversation. But Kuda's interview was heavy because I mean it was a more structured company and a bigger company. So and that's like it was a senior role. So the the interview was like 6 interviews, meeting with different people, different things. I mean it's not entry level interview, so no reasons to go into detail. So that's why I said networking and conscious conversations, conscious relationship, yeah, sets the pace really. So that's my own experience. The experience can be different from any other person. But the total the skill that I think will be the same for everybody that I think I should mention is the fact that storytelling is important. In my next interview, in whatever job I'm doing today, I am building stuffs that make impact. I fight for what makes impact. If I think that the user does not need this product, trust me, I'm going to play down the product and make sure that we don't build it. And whatever we build, I'm going to make sure it becomes a good success. So those stories of success is what I tell in my next interview. Trust me, I also tell the story of a product I built that failed, that we spent $5,000 on distant metric API in 5 days. I say it in all of my interviews. And in my
Wow.
last interview, somebody asked me, one of the people I work for now who interviewed me said, "Did the product ever come back to life again after we shut it down?" I said, "Never. It never rose again. It went buried and did not rise like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ rose, but my product never rose again." Just like that. And I said it's not a low thing, it's learned from it. I will never make that mistake again. I built I used the distant metrics API again at truck. And it was fine. We were spending $6 to $7 on distant metrics API per day when I was now working at truck. But I spent $5,000 in 2 years ago. So that's why it is.
Wow. Thank you
So
so
it's
much.
about
Thank you so
storytelling.
much. Yeah. Yeah. I think you still want to continue.
No,
Sorry.
no, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this. I think this is more like the biggest expose you can find regarding career experiences in product management. For those that are here, you are looking to start. Well, you are going to find some interesting stories for yourself as well. It's going to be somehow bumpy. I think I've had my own fair share of experiences to where we had to build products over and over because the owner of the organization wanted something different and etc. But then I'm sure that everybody would have their own fair share of experience with product. It's basically how you get ready or you prepare for this starting from now that really matters. And I think what I've learned from what you said now is to majorly see everything as something to learn from, not something to be ashamed of or to feel bad about. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I think the last question I'm going to ask is that your as you have been able to build multiple products across multiple, I mean, multiple industries right now. Power plug was in is should I say the power industry? Then truck was in logistics, and you worked in fintech over and over. What is transfer of knowledge like in these industries? From moving from say from power to logistics to fintech, are there
Okay.
instant similarities in like moving from this is like moving through different industries? Is it seamless? Is it like almost the same process you have to do, or is it different when you have to move from different industries? And another thing I want to ask is that there are, maybe you go for interviews and then they say, oh, we're looking for somebody that has done fintech for 5 years or so and so and so and so. So for people that are beginners that are probably after their boot camp, after internship or something like that, they want to start applying. Should that be like a deterrent from them to probably want to focus on just one industry and they just do that continuously, or should there be a room for diversification as well? Thank you.
Sorry, I get the first part of the question. I didn't get the second part of the question. The first part
Okay,
was
the second part of the
what's the
question,
transfer of knowledge? Yeah.
yeah, the first one was transfer of knowledge. Is it seamless to go from different industry? Then the second one is for people that are looking to get into jobs or trying to get their own. After boot camp, after internships, they are looking to get into product management as they are officially. Would you say it is better to focus on one industry? For example, you just focus on fintech because you say someone would say, I am a fintech product manager, for example, or I am a crypto or Web3 or Web4 or whatever, Web5 product manager. Should that be a focus or should there be a room for diversification? You should be able to try different things. What do you think?
Okay, so first is transfer of knowledge. Yeah, there's transfer of knowledge because building a product is the same thing across board. How an app is built is the same thing, which is you define what you want to build, the designer designs it, you hand it over to backend and front end, they build their stuff, QA, test it, DevOps, deploy. Um, data analyst and BI team give us metrics, we look at it, we come up with solutions for the next for product implementation, we do the same thing over and over again. It's simple, like the way you build a fintech app. It's the same way you build a logistic app. I'm talking about technology now. Technology. What what is missing is industry knowledge. What is missing is industry knowledge. And what I mean by industry knowledge is onboarding for a fintech app is different from onboarding for an e-commerce app. Without BVN, you can't onboard a user on a fintech app, no matter the kind of fintech you are doing in Nigeria. Is it a lending app? Is it a crypto app? Do you get my point?
Yeah.
That's industry knowledge. In a logistic app, person can basically just use the username and password and sign up and just add money to their wallet. That's all you need. Right? So industry knowledge differs. But the way to build an app is the same way everywhere. So that takes me to the second question, which is a Web3 product manager, fintech product manager, edtech product manager, edtech product manager. It's interesting. I like it. For someone like me, when I was a junior product manager or new in the industry or something, I was moving a lot. I went to 8 companies in 2 years. That's my story.
Wow. Wow.
I was moving a lot. I don't care the industry. I was just gathering the industry, the knowledge, and I was building stuff. I was building stuff. Trust me, I was shipping out products a lot. I don't care the mistake. I built some shitty products along the way. And trust me, I built some very amazing products along the way. I took a product from 45,000 monthly users to 2 million monthly users.
Wow.
And I had a product that I built. We have 2 million. I have just 10 minutes left. I need to join another but I miss my center. So I was building, we have about 2 million users on the app, and I was building a solution that about half of our users were going to use. I was building a feature that I expect half of our users were going to use. And when we shipped the product, only 4,500 people were using the solution out of 2 million users.
Wow.
So I was moving a lot, really, to get the knowledge. But as soon as I got into mid-level experience, I was stable. I wanted to be in fintech and I stayed in fintech. I stayed in finance, and it's in finance, right? The moment I then move, now that I'm in senior product management level, I want to be in finance. I can then say, oh, I have an industry I want to be in.
Yeah.
Because now I need to go in depth industry knowledge. But when I was a junior, all that was important was not industry knowledge, is how to manage engineers and how to build app. The senior guys and the head of product in your team will be providing industry knowledge. All you need at that point is how to build an app, how backend works, how API works, how and what is endpoint, what is payload, response, base URL, all of those things. Those are the things that are important. As you then grow, you will gain industry knowledge, and then you pick the industry you want to stick with. Does that explain it? So
Yes,
I don't,
that does. That does. Thank you
I
so
don't, I
much.
don't.
Thank you so much. So we have to let you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that
sorry.
if you
Go
still
ahead,
have one
please.
more
Go ahead.
question, I can still take. So I mean, I don't expect junior product
Okay.
managers and entry level product managers to stick with an industry. I wouldn't advise that. Personal opinion, though, you might talk to somebody else and ask reasons, but from my experience,
Yeah.
I don't expect it.
Yeah. So I think I share the same sentiment. I've moved from health tech to ed tech and back and forth like that. So I think I share the same experience. I mean the same sentiment as well. So Daisy, you have a question. Please go ahead. You raise your hand is up. We can close with your question. Or mute your mic and ask your question, please.
All right, thank you so much. Please,
Yeah.
this is actually like the first time I'm hearing about this product management. So it's really
Okay. Are you there? Oh no, she left a network. Okay, let's see, a minute, 2 minutes. Let's see if we can get her back. But then, any other person with any other question? Let's see if we can take that. Pending return. Okay. Not seeing any other person raise their hand. Let's see if she's able to join back again. Rose Peters, your mic is on. Okay, go ahead. Your hand is off now. Go ahead, please. Hi, Rose. You can go ahead. Okay, I'm not sure. Perhaps you have network issues as well. I think everybody is having some sort of network issues somehow. Okay, okay, we're not able to get Daisy back. Okay, let's see if that would be possible. All right. No, she's not here. Okay, so I think we can just wrap up. Thank you so much, Lawale, for today's session. I think you could just probably let the people or let our participants today know what social media they should or could connect with you on, just in case they'd like to maybe ask one or two questions as they move forward in their career path. Thank you.
Okay, so you could just send me a message on LinkedIn. Connect to me on LinkedIn and just send me a DM. I would always reply. Might not be immediate, but yeah, I would always reply.
Yeah, yeah, okay, all right. Thank you so much. It's been I mean, it's been a great time with you here. It's been a great session. You've shared so many experiences that if we were to pay for this session, I mean, it would have. I mean, it's millions of nairas. Let me not say dollars of value that you've given out today. Thank you so much. For his just search for his name, Olawale Omotoso. Look at the flyer, just the same name. Just search for it on LinkedIn and you will find him there. All right. Thank you so much for honoring our invite. Thank you so much for coming here to dish out a lot of value to everybody in the community today. We sincerely appreciate.
your time and the effort you put into today's session. Thank you so much. I want to believe that next time if we call on you or we need you to come speak to us again, I want to believe that you're going to be able to also come speak to us and share all of these practical experiences with us. So pending that time or pending the time we're able to invite you again, thank you so much for sharing. I think we're getting feedbacks already. And Emmanuel is saying, thank you so much, sir. This was very helpful. And I believe that everyone else shares the same sentiment or has almost the same comment or remark. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. It's been a great time.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, thank you so much. It's
Yeah.
been a great time with everyone. You can, on the community, you can continue, we can continue the conversation. We can drive more conversations on the community. If you have more questions, you can drop them in the community on the group chat and your questions will be answered. We have another session tomorrow, still the same time, 6 p.m. We're going to be hosting Esther Isife tomorrow, and she's a product manager at Work Nigeria. This session was great. I'm sure that you learned a lot. People that missed, well, they would watch or they will see the YouTube videos afterwards, but there's nothing more like you being in class and then you're able to share personal experiences. You're able to ask your questions. So for those of us that found today's session very valuable, I want to believe that you want to continue listening to insightful experiences like this. You want to go on to learn more. Tomorrow, you will learn more. And during our boot camp, we have the boot camp program coming up very soon. So it's going to be longer. So you will have time to learn more. You would have time to listen more. So please ensure that you stay glued, you stay updated on the group, on the community. Then I'm sure we have seen some messages in the comment section already. So you can reach out to the team members. They will be able to help you get started for the bootcamp. The bootcamp goes for 8 weeks. You would be able to learn more, get to ask more questions during the live classes. I mean, we're going to be having amazing mentors as well that will be teaching you. So it's just trust me or trust us that it is going to be great sessions moving forward. All right. So I would hand over now to Ms. Comfort as she continues to give his closing remark. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Israel, and then thank you very much, everybody, for joining. It's been an amazing session for me. It's been a mind-blowing one, an insightful one. And when we've gotten a lot of questions from a couple of you asking who can become a product manager, and I'm glad that Olawale was able to provide that clarity that everyone can become a product manager, regardless of what role you're currently filling, whether you're an HR professional, a customer support, or even a receptionist in the company, or you don't even have any work experience, or probably you just finished your university, you just finished your undergraduate degree, or even if you're still in school. So every single person can become a product manager. Regardless of your career space, whether you're a lawyer also. So like Israel said, the boot camp is going to be for 8 weeks, and it comes with a lot of other benefits. Like you get to work on real life projects, you get opportunities for internship as well. And just like what Olawale said, it's one way to get into product management is to do the work, build your portfolio. And that is something that the bootcamp also helps you achieve with the projects that you'll be working on and the internship opportunities that is also available for you. So and all of those case studies that you're also going to be working on, something that you can also always use to build your portfolio, just like our product designers have Behance where they can upload their proof of work and all. So we also created it. We also have a process for you to also showcase your workings so that potential companies can reach out to you, just like what they do for Olawale, where they reach out to him for job opportunities like that. I personally have been headhunted and reached out to on LinkedIn, Israel as well, and you've heard it from a lot of people as well. You've seen it happens a lot on LinkedIn. So that is one of the benefits of being a part of the bootcamp. And we also have a career partner that every single person who is a part of the bootcamp automatically joins the talent pool of that particular partner, corporate partner. And that means that opportunities that comes up in the tech space, be it product management, product design, or any other job roles that comes up, the academia beneficiaries will be given priority placement within that organization. So there's a lot of benefits beyond just having certifications and beyond just classes, beyond just the normal classes where you have people train you practical and theoretical sessions. You'd also be having industry leaders come in to basically have, sessions with you, talk about their real life experience. So it's way beyond you being trained. It's also a part of it. There's also counseling and mentorship included in it. So I look forward to receiving all of your questions. If you have questions about the bootcamp, this is also an opportunity for you to ask your questions, right? But you can also ask the questions in the community if you want that as well. We are always available there to provide answers. You can send DMs to all the admins of the academia community group, and we are always available to answer your questions. If you want us to give you a call, we can give you a call. So I wish you all the best in your endeavors to becoming an outstanding product manager. And I believe that you have the right set of people to guide you in that process. So we've come to the end of today's masterclass, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Please don't be late so that we can have enough time. Tomorrow's class is going to be very practical. Esther Isife will be showing you tools and unveiling tools that you definitely need you'll be using as a product manager. So it's something that you don't want to miss. Share the link with your friends, to your networks, get them to join. If you know people who would like to become a product manager, get them to join as well. And please enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.